Thanks, Anshu. And I will take it from where you just ended and ask two questions. Yesterday, I asked to some of the audience here. We are able to look at the mobile phone industry, and whenever there is a new smartphone that is coming in, we are ready to lap it up. And in the same way, are we able to look at education and able to make changes very quickly for our children? Similarly, if the way our system currently is, it's for everybody. It's tailored to each and every person in the same way. It's uniform, right? If we go to a doctor and the doctor prescribes all of us a same kind of tablet, do we accept? But we accept it when our children goes to school, attend a particular session. I mean, it's quite alarming, right? And how can we look at that system and enable some different ways of giving our children different opportunities, enabling them in the way that they want to achieve some goals. We have to provide that system, and we have to make that system. It's high time. So what's happening at educational initiatives, and here is where I will introduce EI. We all at EI believe in theory of change. And we believe that each child comes with certain capabilities. Each and every one of us, if we really look at it, we are different individuals, we are unique. And if we get an opportunity to improve our unique capabilities, that is where our children will also grow. They will get an opportunity. So the EI products that we cover in assessment and learning, it's based on pedagogical foundation, and it is based on understanding what the students' misconceptions are, what are their learning gaps, and how can we actually give effective remediation in each and different areas. So our each and every product is built on that strong foundation. There is a pedagogy foundation, there is a data-driven approach, and there is a lot of personalization that gets into the products. This is the list of products. Asset is one of our flagship products in terms of doing assessment, once in a year assessment across different schools in India and some of our countries abroad as well. And there is detailed assessment which is done in classroom, which enables teachers to understand where their students are with respect to some of the topics that they are teaching in the classroom. And we will also get into MindSpark, which is a learning platform, but it's also again the learning is happening by doing, wherein the children are attempting many number of questions, and we are able to understand based on their responses where they stand with respect to a particular concept. So that's more of a deep assessment, I would say. So in each and every level, we are providing a personalized approach and giving recommendation and enabling the children to learn with understanding. So this is, it's quick statistics of our universe. Across the past 19 years, Asset has been able to, reach out to 2 million students across grades 3 to 8. And MindSpark, which is the learning platform, more than 5 lakh students are using MindSpark. And I will answer some of the questions in grade, and you are from Tata Deshpande Foundation. So you guys asked in terms of, what are we collecting in terms of data, and how are we able to, just collect data or, generate insights out of it? Are we take some actions from what we are learning from the data? So I will answer it, once the panel starts the question and answer session. This is our large scale education program. So there could be a confusion in terms of where all EI works. So EI is a for-profit and a non-profit company, so to say. So when I say for-profit, we work with private schools, and the MindSpark and the asset and detailed assessment are sold to private schools, and that is with a cost. And when we are working with large scale education, when we are doing large scale education programs, we are working with funders, and we are working with governments and providing supports in the rural areas of India. So we have partnered with different organizations like Global Innovation Fund, and earlier Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation was also supporting us. There are almost 100,000 schools, government schools with which we are working, and multiple states we are working with, the Telangana, the Andhra Pradesh, Himachal Pradesh, Rajasthan, and Gujarat. So how do we do it, right? We are talking a lot in terms of measurement and effectiveness here. So how do we do it? So whenever we are talking about measurement and effectiveness, people usually think about, when I am implementing a MindSpark program in a particular school, how do we measure the impact over a period of time? Right? I mean, whether the students are able to learn something from MindSpark, and is it giving an impact in terms of students writing a particular exam or so on and so forth. Now, to do that, we have to actually look at multiple aspects. The content itself. The content that is getting into MindSpark is completely, a lot of pedagogical research has been getting into it, and we are always almost in a real-time basis assessing how the students are doing each and every question, for example, right? And we are able to gather some kind of behavioral insights about the student, whether the student is able to understand a concept, whether the student is able to move faster into next concepts, and so on and so forth, and the science of learning, right? So we talk a lot in medicine when it comes to the science of diagnosis. So here also the educational research that we are doing, we are able to understand the science behind learning, the science behind the teaching, and each and every time whenever we are getting all these insights, we are applying that back to our products as well, so that we are continuously improving our product so that we can cater different needs of the school system. So this is a process of the measurement and evaluation. We start with the diagnosis. So when the student starts doing the different programs, we look at their knowledge level. What are their misconceptions? What are is there any aberrations in terms of metacognitive behavior? And we generate some kind of insights from all these activities, summative, formative, and the deep assessments. We are also looking at predicting what could be a potential knowledge state for a particular student. So how this will help us, so Anshu was talking about, till 8th grade there is no exam. Now by 10th grade there is a board exam that is coming up. Now how do we understand that the child who is in 8th grade, who has not done any kind of exams previously, how is he going to perform? What are his gaps? Are we able to look at it? So we are trying to look at the behavioral data, the responses that we are getting, and trying to see how can we enable them to next level. So at that point in time, we recommend how to, what are the areas of focus that the child needs to understand. Then we also do some kind of evaluations in terms of, if we are recommending, right? I mean, I'm saying that, okay, maybe some girl in 10th standard, and she is coming and saying that I don't like math at all. But at the same time, I would like to pass 10th grade because I want to become a lawyer. Now, how can we help that student saying that, okay, where you need to focus in math so that you get a pass mark and you will be able to do the next levels. So, we are providing some kind of scorecards, and we are trying to recommend some strategies for a particular student and enable that person to achieve their goal. So I think, I am mostly running out of time, and the one thing I would like to say is we are constantly improving our assessments and the measurement and evaluation. We do have third parties which are, assessing us along with our internal assessments, like, the real-time data that we are generating to improve our products.